What does your ADHD, autistic, or AuDHD partner mean when they say, I don't feel like you're listening to me, you're not supporting me, and yet you're sitting there in front of them telling them, I am listening to you, I'm hearing you, I'm repeating the words you're saying to me. And what's even more frustrating is when you ask them, what could I do differently? They can't describe what they need, but they know they're not getting it. If you've been in this situation, I'm here to help. When you're in a neurodivergent relationship, you and your partner have different competing social processing needs based on your neurotype. For supporting your autistic partner in lead up or after a social interaction, the focus is very much on understanding social perceptions, how they're received, and helping them manage their anxieties in their interactions with other people. Specifically, your autistic partner is often looking for help with approach strategies. How am I going to initiate and sustain a conversation? And they're looking for debriefing conversations, especially in social settings where there's a group, to help them understand the dynamics of what happened and how they did. What your autistic partner is asking for is for you to think with them and to help them sort through whether or not their thoughts and actions were reasonable. Support for your ADHD partner tends to center around helping them manage their impulsivity, helping them to rev down their emotions and be less reactive in the moment. People with ADHD often need you to help them take a pause so they don't react and then take immediate action socially that might be irreversible, especially if they feel they've been wronged, or helping them stop the cycle of recrimination when they feel like they've hurt someone, helping them to moderate the amount to which they beat themselves up. ADHDers are asking their partner to feel with them and help them to determine if their emotion-led actions are reasonable. In ADHD autistic couples pairings, a lot of what autistic partners are asked to do is be the emotional brakes for their ADHD partners, which is exhausting and one of the least fun ways to expend your emotions. The autistic partner may also be expected to amp up with the ADHDer. ADHDers are often looking for a mirror to our emotions so we feel less unreasonable, and that can also be overwhelming and exhausted for an autistic person. Conversely, if we have ADHD and our partners are autistic, what we're asked to do in order to support them is to downregulate the intensity of our emotions to match the kind of thinking state that our autistic partners are in. We struggle with this because we often see this as analysis paralysis, not the more thinking-based processing that it is. And we can easily get amped up as we're trying to be with our partners. And that intense flood of emotion can actually be overwhelming for our autistic partners, making our support exhausting as opposed to helpful. This may even lead our autistic partner to shut down. For AuDHDers, the emotional support patterns can look either like someone who has ADHD or someone who has autism, but in combination, they can also look like emotional intensity without variation, like a single note played at a louder, higher key, maybe even at a staccato pace, but without the peaks and valleys that someone with just ADHD might sound like. They primarily need support getting back to baseline, but they may also need help processing their fearfully urgent thoughts. AuDHDers can confuse both their autistic and ADHD partners because that intensity isn't interpreted as upset, it's interpreted as anger, or it's not interpreted as upset about the situation, it's interpreted as upset at their partner. And the work that we, as autistic or ADHDers, need to do for our AuDHD partner is try and better understand their variations of intensity, and when need be, ask clarifying questions to help them express what their upset tone is precisely about. These are the three support types I typically see for autism, ADHD, and AuDHD that help explain what they're actually asking for when they say, I feel like you're not supporting me. What's been your experience supporting your ADHD, AuDHD, or autistic partner? I'd love to hear from you.